The sea rages violently, waves crashing against a wooden ship tossed helplessly by the storm. The sky is dark, filled with thunder and lightning, as terrified sailors scramble across the deck, throwing cargo overboard in a desperate attempt to save themselves. Their shouts are drowned by the howling winds, but nothing seems to calm the raging sea. Below deck, completely unaware of the chaos above, Jonah is fast asleep, snoring peacefully. His escape plan is going perfectly, or so he thinks. Suddenly, a sailor bursts in, shaking him awake in pure panic. The storm is getting worse, and they believe someone on board has angered the gods. The crew quickly casts lots, an ancient method to find the guilty party, and, to no one's surprise, the blame falls on Jonah. Now, fully awake and realizing he can't hide anymore, Jonah hesitates before admitting the truth. He is running from God. The sailors are horrified. They realize this storm isn't natural. It's divine punishment. The waves crash harder, the ship tilts dangerously, and they know they have no choice. Jonah tells them to throw him into the sea, and though reluctant at first, the moment they release him into the raging waters, the storm stops instantly. The sailors watch in shock. Did it really work? Is it over? But deep beneath the surface, Jonah drifts in the now calm ocean, staring up at the light above. For a moment, he thinks he's safe, but then a massive shadow looms over him. A monstrous whale, larger than anything he's ever seen, emerges from the depths. Before he can react, its jaws open wide, and in an instant, Jonah is swallowed whole. Inside the belly of the great fish, Jonah finds himself surrounded by darkness, the dim glow of bioluminescent fish, his only light. The reality of his situation sets in. The walls of the beast's stomach press around him. The air is thick and humid, and the distant rumbling of the ocean reminds him just how deep below the surface he is. He is trapped, helpless, and completely at the mercy of the God he tried to escape. There, in the depths of the sea, Jonah finally understands. He was never in control. Running was never an option. With nowhere left to go, he kneels in the darkness, hands trembling, and prays. He admits his mistake, begs for mercy, and promises to obey. For 3 long days, he remains inside the whale, waiting, reflecting, surrendering. And then, at last, the great fish rises near the shore, its massive body shifting uncomfortably. A deep, guttural groan echoes through its belly as it lurches forward. Jonah barely has time to brace himself before the beast heaves, and in one powerful motion, he is sent soaring through the air. He crashes onto the shore, tumbling across the wet sand, coughing up seawater. The weight of his ordeal still lingers in his limbs. His body is weak. His clothes are tattered, and the strong scent of fish clings to him. He lies there for a moment, breathing heavily, staring up at the sky, the same sky he once tried to escape beneath. Then slowly, he turns his head. In the distance, far beyond the rolling hills and stretching sands, lies Nineveh, the city he swore he'd never go to, the city he tried to outrun. Jonah exhales, dragging himself to his feet. His legs ache. His mind is exhausted, but there is no turning back now. He brushes the sand from his skin, adjusts his torn robe, and takes the first step forward. His escape plan had failed spectacularly, but his mission? That was just beginning. As Jonah walks toward Nineveh, the lesson is clear. No one can outrun God's calling. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. Psalm 139, 7-8.